What's good, pack members? Your Alpha's here, Mandarin Kid, back again. Welcome back to your opinion spot. Glad you guys could hit that play button. You're gonna get your entertainment's worth. And today, guys, we're back. We're gonna wrap this up with the last 10 of my top 20 favorite Asian comic book characters. Hope you guys enjoyed that first list. If you didn't, you should find it somewhere. It'll probably be popping up here or wherever, or probably at the end of this video. But it's been a blast doing this. I love doing top lists. You get to get an indication of who I am, what I like, things like that. And today, we're going there. My top 10. Who could be on the list? Who are some Asian characters we have not seen yet? Who's some characters that you probably like, well, I wonder, this character's gotta be on the list. This character's gotta be on the yeah, Chris wouldn't leave that off. Nah, he's not. Well, you're gonna have to find out. So let's get started. Number 10 on the list is Armor. The young X-Men Armor. When she first was introduced in Astonishing X-Men, probably Joss Whedon wrote that series. Probably one of the best X-Men runs in my opinion. Joss Whedon took the X-Men and pretty much put them back on the map as heroes. And he introduced this character, Armor, who got a really good relationship with Wolverine. Wolverine is always getting teamed up with young teenage heroes and mutants, from Kitty to Jubilee, you name it. Armor was next. What's cool about Mona is that she lives up to her code name, Armor. That's exactly what it is. It's like a telekinetic armor that comes over her, and it looks like she's in like almost like a Jaeger in a sense, or you know. And it can get big. She can shrink it. She get real giant, or she can control it to make it smaller to her whole body. And so to speak, we have seen her in almost every indication of the X-Men up until now. She's still a part of the X-Men now, while they're kind of in their high horse mode. That's what I call the X-Men right now. They're in their high horse mode where we're better than you. Yeah, we segregated ourselves to this island, but we're better than you. We don't care anymore. It's all about us, us, us. The rest of you go fuck off. That's pretty much how to sum up the X-Men right now. It's about us, fuck off. And I don't really like it, but I'm hoping to see where Hickman takes it. Trust him though. But Armor definitely is that character that you really like. Hopefully we will see her live action. I would love to see her live action. Who they could get to play her, that's up to the producer. I can't really think of anybody right now. I would want to see Armor play, especially if they want to go younger. But more importantly, we also seen her animated wise. She was in the X-Men anime, and she had a pretty good following. She has a huge following. There are a lot of people that love her, and you're looking at one of them, and that's why she's on the list. And she's in my top 10 list. How about that? That's really damn cool. Next on the list, the Mandarin. Whoa, he's got a villain up in his top 10 list. You damn right I do. Look, man, the Mandarin to me was so different at the time of everything I read with Iron Man. So different. Mostly all Iron Man's villains were two things. They were basically him, just evil. They were armor-powered villains. here comes the Mandarin along, who's, yes, he's a stereotype in the beginning, definitely a stereotype. I mean, he had the old, very Fu Manchu look, and you know, the mustache and everything, until later on they started to change him up, where he looked more villainous with like green skin and everything like that. But what made him different to me was those 10 rings. Those 10 rings of Makino. Each one of these rings, which were on his fingers, had different power sets. Which, at times, Tony always had to... Anytime Tony fought the men, he had to prepare for. Like, he had to always try to stay one step ahead. But Mandarin was no fool. And I love a villain that's not just brawn. I love a villain that is brains. And that's exactly what the Mandarin, he is also brains. And he's similar to Iron Man. And when they brought him back later on, when the rings were embedded in his spine, and he was fighting Tony hand to hand he was fighting Tony hand to hand, martial arts style, and Tony was in armor, it was like, yo, the dude's a badass. The last time we saw the Mandarin in the comics was actually when Punisher killed him. Yeah, Punisher shot Mandarin right in the head, killed him. He had a special bullet, took aim, he had a sniper, and he, boom, shot him. And Mandarin, I remember, tried to block it, you know, and boom, it went through his protective shield, and boop, Mandarin was dead. They made a big deal out of it, like the classic Iron Man villain is dead by Punisher. This was during when Punisher was going on a tirade of trying to kill off as many villains as possible. I believe it was the last Punisher run that Rosenberg and them were doing. Matthew Rosenberg, I believe. And it was crazy. It went there. Punisher had killed the Mandarin right in front of Tony too. I think Tony was there. But the Mandarin is a cool character. And then of course, I think we all were up there when we were like, okay, when is the Mandarin coming into the MCU? You can't do Iron Man without his arch nemesis, the Mandarin. And then all of a sudden, here comes Iron Man 3, Mandarin's in it. And then they did the stupidest thing by telling us that he was an actor playing a role named the Mandarin. Boy, that really disappointed your boy right there, right? Yeah, it did. That really ticked me off. And I didn't get over that for a long time. Don't get me wrong, I thought Ben Kingsley, I love Ben Kingsley, Sir Ben Kingsley, and I wasn't even minding at first, like, okay, Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin, alright, I could take it. But when they pulled that stupid route, but then hope came when they did the short, and then there were people saying, you used his name. He's not very happy about it. Your boy got excited because I'm like, oh, the real Mandarin, he's real. He is real. Okay. And then what comes later on? The Mandarin is going to be the villain in the Shang-Chi movie. Sorry. So yeah, that made me so happy. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he looks like and the design of him. Hopefully they go the route what I think, you know, the long hair, but kind of more, don't make him too like, stereotypical. Because I think that was the main reason why Marvel wasn't going to do him at first, because they didn't want him to be that stereotypical character of, Asian character. But hopefully he's going to be great. The 10 rings, the real 10 rings. I'm looking forward to it. But Mandarin definitely is number 10, is number 9 on the list. He's just a good character. He really is. He just is. Number 8 on the list. Number 8 is none other than Katana. I love Katana. First of all, I love the Outsiders in general. But Katana, to me, she is so cool. Because first of all, she's a swordswoman. I have the utmost respect for characters who use swordsmanship or archers or things like that. All her skills come from, comes from true skill, baby. There's no powers, it's true skill. And what makes her also interesting is that the sword that she carries, the Soul Taker, it carries souls in it, including her husband's soul is in there. But Tatsu is just a very, very interesting character, and there are a lot of people who want that sword. She's quiet at times. She doesn't talk a lot. When she does speak, when Tatsu speaks, you fucking listen. Like, it's like, oh shit, she's talking. You know, it's kind of that same way, in my opinion, with Cassandra Cain. When Cassandra Cain talks, you fucking listen. Like, you don't like, oh, she's talking. No, you listen. She don't talk a lot. She doesn't need to talk too much. Same thing with Tatsu. She lets her actions speak for communication with her is the skill, the sword. And like I said, being a part of the Outsiders, she's a founding member of the Outsiders. She's been a part of the Outsiders since the beginning. You know, when she was, I like her classic look, it's alright, but I'm more of a fan of her black with the white mask with the the red dot, more of like a geisha mask, or and the black suit, kind of like I like that look more. We did see her live action. I wasn't really hating her, but it's it is what it is. I thought the actress who played Yukio, I'm forgetting her name right off the top of my head, played her in Arrowverse, was perfect. She was great. I loved her, and I really wish they had kept her around more. I would have taken her on like Legends of Tomorrow or something like that. But yeah, I remember the Legends did go back in time and met her ancestors and stuff, so it was really cool. But yeah, Katana's, I love her. I love Katana. She's a good character. Really badass swordswoman. Someone you don't fuck with. And you don't believe that, go watch her also on the Young Justice Outsiders. She was great in that. Number 7 on the list is somebody that we've seen live action, but they have only put the emphasis on one of her powers. And that character I'm talking about is Mantis. First of all, yes, for all those who don't know, Mantis is human. She's not an alien. She's not an alien. When she first came out, she's Vietnamese. And later on they started to give her, like, that's an appearance that she gained over time. But Mantis is 100% human. But she's, not only is she great, she's a martial art. Like, what I don't like about Guardians of the Galaxy is the fact that they only put the emphasis on that she can feel, she's empathic to people's emotion. Mantis can fucking fight. She is a badass. She's been an Avenger. She's been a part of the Guardians. She is what is known, she has this huge title in the galaxy. She can battle, she's battled Thanos hand to hand and beat him. Like, this woman is a badass, but the MCU has focused on just her being when she touches people and things like that. No, this woman can fight. Like, if you were to get into a scrap with her, a hand-to-hand fight with her, she could hold her own. She'd probably beat you. She has held her own with some of the best martial artists and beaten them in the Marvel Universe. And that is one of the biggest traits one thing of the biggest stinkers I have with the MCU version of her. They have not focused, and that's not just her. They've done that with a lot of the Guardians of the Galaxy. They have depowered them, not made them what they were. Like, oh, you don't buy that? Okay. Not just Mantis. Drax has been just depowered. Drax, the reason why he's called Drax the fucking Destroyer, this guy was made to kill Thanos. He's done it too a couple of times. Mantis is that same way. Not only she trained with martial arts from around the galaxy, same thing like Moondragon did. And I've always wondered why they don't put the emphasis on that. Why do they just focus on her being empathic with people's feelings? She's a telepath. She can push her psyche to another body. Seen it done many times. And it could be from great distances too. Her power, her empathical, telekinetic, telepathic powers are almost on that same level as someone like Professor Xavier. But yes, for those who don't know, Mantis is human. She's not an alien. Same, like, kind of like Drax. Drax the Destroyer was human. He's not an alien. That body that you see, the green Kratos-like body, that was made for him. He was human before he got that body. Just saying. But Mantis is a badass. She is a badass. And she's great. You can now find her in the Guardians of the Galaxy comic now. But she's a very good character. Number 6 on the list. Let's go with 6. Who makes number 6? None other than Orokusaki, the Shredder. Come on. Did you think I would not have him on the list? The quintessential villain of the TMNT, the Ninja Turtles. When you think of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles people and their villains, who's the first villain that comes to your mind? Because that ain't Krang. It ain't Bebop and Rocksteady. No, it's the leader of the Foot Clan, the motherfucking Shredder. That's who it is. Nobody else. Before anybody else, it's the Shredder. The Shredder, the name alone. First of all, that name alone just screams, oh, that's a villain. Nobody can tell me any different that doesn't. Shredder. The Shredder. That's a villain. Shredder. You gotta Shredder. That's a villain, not a hero, and he lives up to it. I'll never forget that first, the original comic, the Mirage comic, when the Turtles fought Shredder on that rooftop. What a fight! What a fucking fight! Like, that was hardcore shit back then. You know, this was not the Turtles that people are used to now. That's why, to me, it's like when people say, oh, the Turtles can't get dark. I look at them, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what do you mean they can't get dark? Go read that first Mirage series. Tell me how dark that was. The Shredder has always been that imposing threat. And it always takes the Turtles to fight as one to beat him. And that's not a bad thing. That gives more credit to the villain as that he's a threat. Like, okay, we can't beat this guy alone. We gotta fight as one. I hate when people say, see, that doesn't, people say, oh, see, the heroes gotta beat this character together. That makes them weak, or, no. That's putting more emphasis on the villain as well as the heroes. Knowing that they gotta fight together. And that's Shredder. Intelligent? Yes. Masterful tactician? Yes. Arrogant? Yes. Badass? Oh, hell yeah. Dangerous? Does Nicki Minaj have a fat booty? I think, yeah. Yeah. All 5 traits that make Shredder dangerous. Perfect. Number 5 on the list. None other than the daughter of none other than one of my favorites, Lady Shiva, Cassandra King. Known as Batgirl, Shadow Bat. She is the... Technically, she is the third. Yeah, she's technically the third Batgirl, because a lot of people leave out, when they think of Batgirl, they think Barbara and Stephanie. You know, Barbara, Cassandra, Stephanie. Really, she's actually the third, because before Barbara, there was Betty King. Then Barbara. But see, that's Crisis, so things like that. But know your history. Cassandra Cain is one of those characters that comes along and you look at and you say to yourself, how dangerous is she? She's quiet. And what do they always say about, watch out for the quiet ones? The quiet ones are the ones you gotta watch out for. Correct? She doesn't talk very much. At one point she couldn't talk. She used sign language a lot. It was almost a point, it was like, can she speak? Does she have the ability to speak? But she is a badass fighter too. Like, if I'm not mistaken, even Batman has said she's better than me. That's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. And you can understand why. Look at her parents. Her parents are badasses. Her mother, the woman that brought her into this world, is fucking Lady Shiva. Someone you do not fuck with. Now she is still a part of the Bat family. She goes by the name of Orphan now. I don't like the name as much, but there's a lot of people that say, when you ask people, like, should she have gone back to being maybe Shadow Bat or Batgirl? I mean, there's already a Batgirl, but you know, I got a couple of friends that say that's their favorite Batgirl. Her Batgirl costume was great. Her run as Batgirl was great. But more importantly, Cassandra is just a character, no matter where she's in, no matter where she's just so intriguing to me. I'm like, okay, what is going on in her head? Like, what's she thinking? And we saw that over time. And now, in the books now, you see her really kind of find her way as a character, and where she fits into the Bat family even makes it even greater. And you know, Cassandra, that's why she's so cool to me. You know, she's dangerous, but she can also be very sweet and loyal. You just gotta break down those barriers from her. Like she can be, once she entrusts her life with you, you see a different side of her. But yeah, she's great. Cassandra Cain. Come on. You didn't think I have her on the list. You think I didn't have her on the list? I got the list right in my hand right now. So what the heck is wrong with you? Next up on the list, number 4 is none other than Misty Knight's partner in crime, the samurai herself, Colleen Wing. Colleen Wing is she is biracial. She is half Japanese and half American. Her father's American, I believe. Her mother is Japanese. She was trained in the art of Bushido by her grandfather. She has no power. Once again, like Katana, it's all skill, baby. It's all skill. It's all skill. And what makes her such a great duo with her fellow daughter of the dragon, Misty Knight, is while Misty comes from a background of law enforcement and everything like that, you got Colleen is not from that background. Odd, you know, sorry about that, differences work very well. And it works so well that Colleen has made such a big impact on a lot of people. You know, we always talk about representation matters, and Colleen is just a really good character. And when her and Misty get together, it's like they work so well. They're like similar to Luke and Danny. For those who don't know, when Danny first came back to the States from Kunlun, who do you think first met him? It was Colleen. They got it right in the TV series. In the Iron Fist TV series, Colleen is right. Colleen met Danny first. And it's always kind of funny that Misty and Danny ended up together instead of Colleen. In the show, Colleen and them ended up together. Colleen was never a part of Hydra or the Hand or anything like that. And Colleen did train in Kunlun for some time, where she learned how to channel her chi better and things like that. But trust me, if you're talking about a woman, a character, if you want a character who is skilled with the sword and you want to train, Colleen's definitely one of them. She's a great character. I did like the actress who played her, because she pretty much was similar to she really was the real Colleen Wing. The actress who played her, Jessica Hendrick, correct me on that. Her father's French and her mother's Chinese, so she kind of was the real life Colleen Wing. She is from two different backgrounds. Same thing with Colleen Wing. So it was great. It made sense. When Marvel wants to put them back in the show, just get her back as that character. I'm just saying. Next on the list, number 3. This one is a little different because I don't know. I classify him as Asian, but the reason why is because you never really hear him say if he's of Asian descent. But I kind of put him there for a reason, because he's a badass. And it's my favorite of the royal family. My favorite of the Inhumans, Karnak. That's why. Yes, Karnak. I think a lot of people would say, Chris, yeah, you could put him. Karnak is Asian. But it's like, but he's the cousin of, he's the cousin of this, and they don't look Asian. They're Inhuman. But what I love about Karnak is his powers do not come from the Terrigen Mist that most of the other Inhumans got their amazing powers from. His power came from all skill. All skill. There was no kind of Terrigen enhancements. For all those who don't know what Karnak can do, not only is he a martial artist, this man can see the weak point in any structure just by looking at it. Like, he could look at you and be like, okay, you're center. Like, let's say he wanted to throw you with ease, even the heaviest guy. He would find that weak point, throw that person. He could look at a wall and be like, weak point's right here. Hit that part right there. You don't even have to hit it real hard. Just hit it. Boom. That's Karnak. That's how, and a lot of Marvel characters, I've seen people like Black Panther fight him, and Panther's always thinking, usually sometimes one step ahead of people. When he fought Karnak at one point, T'Challa had to really be careful, because he was like, because Karnak could find the weak point in his vibranium laced suit and be like, okay, I'm gonna hit that. Daredevil fought Karnak, same thing. Karnak is a character that you don't fuck with. I'm just call it like it is. You don't fuck with. And hopefully someday we'll see him again in the MCU, but with a better representation in terms of an actor playing. Don't get me wrong, the actor who played him, I didn't mind, but the show was just, you know, I didn't even watch it. So, but that just was not the Inhumans to me. It is what it is. But Karnak makes my number 3. I put him there, yes, but a lot of people may say, well, he's not really Asian, Chris. I go 50-50. Just because even though he's drawn that way, but I still think he's Asian. Just saying. Number 2 on the list. I just talked about her not too long ago. We saw her daughter in the number 5 spot. Who else do you think I'm talking about? Miss Wu San, aka Lady Shiva. They talk and say all the time as of late that Deathstroke is the deadliest assassin in the DC universe. Fuck that shit. Deathstroke is enhanced. I like Deathstroke, but the deadliest assassin in the DC universe is Lady Shiva. Because you know why? Once again, skill matters. It's all skill. It ain't no enhancements. It's no enhancing brain capacity. No. Shiva learned every martial art, and even dead ones, forgotten martial arts. She knows every known martial art as well as forgotten martial arts that have been long dead. She has signature techniques that if she connects with you, she will kill you. Whenever Shiva was in a book, and they usually have a big spread of her, it was like, oh shit. Like I'll never forget Birds of Prey. The girls were in Hong Kong, and I believe they were chasing down Shiva, and they were going about, okay, who should... I believe it was during the time when they were trying to figure out who White Canary was. The real White Canary. And because they thought it was Shiva, but it wasn't her. And Gail never revealed who the White Canary was. But they just said that her skills was at that same level as Shiva or better. I'll never forget where they were like, okay, Helena, you gotta keep Shiva occupied. Poor Helena got her shit rocked by Shiva. Catwoman got her shit rocked. This is the same woman who had trained Tim Drake. This is the same woman who got Batman back on his feet when he got his back broken. This woman is so deadly. Even characters like Bronze Tiger and Richard Dragon respect her. No, she's not somebody to fool with. When I said it before, when she comes into a panel, you look at her with respect and fear, like, oh shit, like, damn it. I didn't like the New 52 design of her, where they made her look too much like a Mortal Kombat character, but still, they kept that emphasis of she's a badass. You either respect her or you're gonna die. That's truly, and still to this day, I felt that fuck the Joker. They should have put her in Mortal Kombat, and I would have been even better. I'm just saying. Lady Shiva, number 2. And number 1 on the list, you guys should not be surprised, because if you are, then that means you're new, and that also means that you don't know me very well. But my number 1 favorite Asian character in comics goes to the master of Kung Fu, Shang-Chi. You know what his name means? Rising water. Yeah, right, yes, rising water. I think it's that, yeah, if I remember this. But Shang-Chi is one of the best martial arts in the Marvel Universe. Better than Daredevil, better than Wolverine, Captain America, you name it. He is... This man helped train Spider-Man. When Spidey lost his spider sense for a while, Shang taught Peter Kung Fu to help realize you rely on spider sense. Sure, your spider sense is good, but you. And not only learn Kung Fu, the art, the way which incorporates all his powers. When he the likes of beat Dr. Doom in a fight. Dr. Doom broke Dr. Doom's arm. He's fought he fought Berserk Rage Wolverine one time. He's been an Avenger. When Jonathan Hickman put him on, blew my mind for putting this character on the team. He enhanced alien robot. Oh, this is the same alien robot that he went and beat it by himself. In him. Characters, in my opinion, to come out of this of Marvel. At that time, Marvel, Bruce Lee was still